Hi, I'm pretty excited to share a piece of a talk that Andrew Hatch is giving on September 10th at the DevOps Talks conference. Haven't seen the talk yet. I got the pleasure of a preview of his slide deck, and there's a little piece of his talk that I want to share. But I want to be very sure it's clear this is Andrew Hatch's handiwork, and if you have a chance, go find the recording of his talk. I'm sure it's going to be fantastic. Here's the piece of of his slide deck that I really want to talk about. So his title is about how root cause analysis fails in complex systems. And I know from context that there's a related story about why 5 whys can be misapplied. I want to quickly say that one of the luxuries of the story I have right now is imaginary situation where I've got a graph of the system, sort of like I know how the system is laid out. The truth of the matter is nobody has an omniscient view of the system. But let's imagine that for the moment we've got a clear picture. We've got a customer here who's using our system, and unbeknownst to the customer, a few of our systems down at the edge here have gone sideways, and sort of simultaneously. And because they've gone sideways, some of the systems that depend on them are also starting to alert or starting to show symptoms of problem. As the stress starts to happen, other things go wrong, and perhaps other systems go critical. And as those critical systems fail, the symptoms cascade closer to the customer. And here, this is an especially interesting moment because now the 3 original sources have converged. One of the systems, let's take that step back just a second. This guy now has critical on one side of his dependencies and warning on the other side, and therefore goes critical. At some point, the intersection goes critical, which sends these other systems close to the customer. Now the customers may be starting to see some symptoms, and now we're officially at a point where it's on fire and the customer's impacted. So that was our incident. Customer perhaps calls our customer support and we start investigating. It's possible we've already got people responding to the alerts, but have not been able to stop the incident before it got to the customer. Time passes, we got things in order, we're doing a root cause analysis, and we have all this data in front of us. So I start with what was the customer experience, and I follow the critical systems. Well, why did that happen? Why did that happen? Why did that happen? I'm 3 whys in. I'm 4 whys in. 5 whys, I found the root cause. Fantastic. But I missed 75% of the problem. And if you imagine that I was in a hurry and I raced to find the root cause, and I looked only at the root cause, and I build my to-do list around this one root cause, I will intervene and add complexity down here at the edge, when probably the best intervention would be something here, where those 3 lines of failure converged within my system. This is probably the better place to intervene, not at what I thought was the root cause out of a shallow analysis. So the trick with learning from incidents is having the insight to, instead of racing for the first root cause that lets me feel like I've done my job, and instead spend a little more time looking at the broader effects in the system. What were the contributing causes? How did those contributing causes cascade? That would enable me to put an intervention in the system where it's more likely to help me affect a similar failure across those cascading system failures.